Peace, power, and prosperity. Peace, power, and prosperity. You should comrade your brother. The name is pronounced Yafeuh Balogun. I say it again, Yafeuh Balogun. That's my name. Appreciate you very much for listening in this conversation. Do me a big favor if you hadn't done it already. Like, share, subscribe to my channel. Like, share, subscribe to my channel. It'll be extremely helpful. My mission and passion is to make sure at this particular point in my uh, level of struggle now, personal and political, it's just to make sure that I document every single thing that we have done collectively as a group, as a city, over the past 20 years or more that I have personally engaged in. And what I'm going to talk about essentially today is BAIR. And I'm going to talk about the first time that BAIR came to South Dallas, which was on March the 20th, 2016. That's what you're going to see on the video today. I'm going to show a video. This was done by the BBC, a documentary. And essentially, we were advised that the BBC, by the BBC, that BAIR was coming to South Dallas. And when we realized that BAIR was coming to South Dallas, folks like myself, who is a son of a person that is considered to be an original member of the Nation of Islam here in the city of Dallas, jumped into action. And with me jumping into action, I was able to engage some folks that I had influence on, and other folks got together with other people that they had influence on, and we all came together to stand against BAIR. BAIR came 2 times. I'm gonna show you the first time. The second time was on April 2nd, 2016. April 2nd, 2016, when they came. At the second time, we got the community together. The community pushed them out. And that's what a lot of folks are familiar with, those that are aware of this. But I'm going to show you here the first time that was documented by the BBC. Again, once we realized that they were coming, we organized. Keep in mind, this particular group was going around different parts of the city, threatening different folks. And so we were determined not to let that occur in South Dallas. Now, keep in mind, this was at Mosque number 48, the Nation of Islam. Nation of Islam is already a well-organized group, so they're going to defend themselves anyway. So in actuality, we was there more so playing a supportive role. Just keep that in mind as well. I don't want to miss that point, because their whole thing is self-determination, do for self, that sort of thing. But anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and play this short clip. And like I said, do me a big favor if you hadn't, like, share, subscribe to my channel. After I show the video, then we'll come back and discuss what we're saying. So just one moment.
An online war of words breaks out between the two groups. And threats to kill are made. John is worried that someone is going to get hurt. So he arranges a meeting with the police. I'm told it's off limits, making me wonder what's really going on.
We're ready to roll.
It's the day of the protest, and all is quiet, with only the Nation of Islam members visible, standing guard outside their mosque.
There's only one person on the premises that can speak, and I'm going to ask him to go and see if he would be willing to speak to you.
Outside the mosque, there's a tension in the air, and it's clear there are others here who are not followers of the Nation of Islam. But who are they? Could you just tell us about what's happening today or what's happening so far?
What's happening here today is we have threats of protest from a group. They're misguided. I think they need a better education on who they're criticizing and who they're protesting against. We're not the aggressor, but we will fight with those that fight with us. Thank you very much. All right.
If you turn around, there's probably a lot of people you can get on camera. It'll be much more fun. There you go.
Out of nowhere came dozens of heavily armed counter-protesters, looking very well prepared for conflict.
And you unarmed, do not have an arm. You say, man, get that camera out of my face, man. Back up. Camera out of my face.
These were not members of the Nation of Islam, but allied militant black power groups that feared an invasion of white supremacists.
Why come out today?
We're here to monitor and observe the activities of BAIR. That's primarily what our position is. We heard that they're threatening to come to the South Dallas community.
We're here to stand in solidarity with the Nation of Islam and recognize the brothers and sisters of the Nation of Islam God-given right to practice religious freedom without getting impeded upon.
An hour passed and there was still no sign of BAIR. Eventually, word started to filter out. They weren't coming.
The white supremacists said they was coming to our neighborhood, but they didn't show up. You know why they didn't show up? Because we were here in solidarity. They didn't come when they said they was going to come.
A few miles away, and I find John back at BAIR HQ, but he doesn't look pleased.
What happened was we were told by the Dallas Police Department not to show up to a protest today, which was the Nation of Islam. And now it's being put out all over the website that the counter-protesters are showing up and still protesting where we were told to stand down, and we're being called the ones that were the no-show. I'm pissed. I hate to take you on that ride, but you're about to see a side of me you don't want to see.
Why?
Because I'm ready to go down there now, hunt them down, and beat the shit out of them. When they want to fight, I'm your huckleberry. All right, we're getting ready to move out.
But John's too late.
We appreciate everybody that came out to support the mosque. Hey man, that camera on my face, man.
And with BAIR not coming, there's an air of triumph from the Nation of Islam supporters.
Come on, let's go. The protest just finished up, so we can't rally up and go down there now. We got caught with our pants down. We got screwed. Right now, we need to actually do damage control right now because we were set up by DPD and get that fixed.
So as you see, they felt as though they were set up, and essentially they had more so an implosion amongst the group. That group is no longer in existence anymore. But again, what you just seen was the first time that they came on March 20th, 2016, whereas they didn't show up. And you saw that they were upset about the fact they didn't show up, and that the media ran as though we punked them, just to make a long story short. And really, we did, because they were intimidated. They was coming to a location that they were not at all familiar with. As I stated, they were coming into a hornet's nest. This is what I told in the media. They was coming into a hornet nest, and they can't come down here to South Dallas, West Dallas, East Dallas, any part of the city, and expect not to have this type of reaction, especially if they're going to come to a heavily black folks or African American or whatever you identify yourself. They're gonna come to this particular community and think they're gonna bring rifles and shotguns, um, and stand and talk they whatever they say, whatever. I always felt that if they was gonna come, they want to convince somebody, bring pens and paper, and have conversations. But let's not bring rifles and shotguns to where women and children worship what their perspective of God is, and so that's essentially what we were doing. We was taking a stance in support of uh, the NOI, the group that is based at that particular location. Again, this is in South Dallas. South Dallas is predominantly African American or historically African American. Obviously, that there may be some gentrification that's taking place now at this particular point, but that's what South Dallas is. And so I just wanted to talk about this situation. And I tell guys all the time that I wish that they was there or they could really just see this particular video. And I was able to find this video on somebody's page, and sort of I wanted to kind of have a conversation about it. And so as you see, BAIR was pushed out of South Dallas. Well, they didn't show up in this particular case, but on April 2nd, the second attempt, which some folks I've heard call it the Battle of South Dallas, they did come with police escorts, and they were ultimately pushed out fairly quickly. In fact, they didn't even make it to the street. It was the community that was out there. It wasn't just those of us that at the time referred to ourselves as the Huey P. Gun Club. It was the community that was out there to push back. And so that's what we're standing on. And that was almost 10 years ago. Um, can't believe that was so long ago. But anyhow, do me a big favor. It's your brother Yafeuh Balogun. I'm a street reporter. I'm gonna step it up on my street reporting thing, but right now I'm just kind of focused on making sure I document a lot of the work that we've done previously in the past. As you can see, I put a lot of things up from previous years of us patrolling the community in Highland Hills, and some things that we're still embarked upon now. Obviously, I'm still an organizer, uh, and I am forever a student of the Dallas chapter of the Black Panther Party, organized from 1969 to 1978. And I say 69 because at that particular time, it was called the National Committee to Combat Fascism. Um, I support that. I support SNCC, Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, which came first, which the Black Panther Party of Dallas came out of. I'm a student of the original party under Fahim J. Minka, whom we did successfully just recently, as of February 20th, 2025, renamed College Park in his honor. And so we're doing some work in the community to make sure that these elders that have worked hard through blood, sweat, and tears are acknowledged for their work for eternity by this specific community whom they gave so much. And also, I want to document some of the work that my generation has done, such as pushing BAIR out of South Dallas. And so we did that on March 20th, 2016, which is documented here, and also April 2nd, 2016, which is documented on YouTube. Anyhow, like, share, subscribe. I appreciate you if I kept your attention up until this point. Thank you so much, and I appreciate you.